Alrighty, hey everybody out there. We're firing up the budget challenge account. We're gonna see exactly where we are right now, and then we're probably gonna do some drafting because that sounds pretty great, doesn't it? So going into that, what do we have? We have 891 platinum. We have 2 packs, and then just for thoroughness' sake, I tried bidding on some packs that were really cheap. Did not get them. And then for the tournament we did last week, we did a competitive draft and scrubbed out round one. As far as rares that we got from it, we got a Cloud Knight, which we still have. We haven't sold that or anything. But we didn't get any packs from this, so we're kind of in trouble there. That means we need to buy some more packs. We're not doing too bad. And we're probably going to try and fire up a Swiss draft tonight if people will join. Doesn't look like anybody's in the queue right now, though, so that might be problematic. We'll try to find something to do. Maybe we'll tinker around with some deck building while we wait or something. Get some of those Proving Grounds matches in, because I don't think I've worked towards that achievement quite yet. Actually, I don't think I've worked towards it at all. So, on that note, let's fire up the auction house. And what do we got to look for? We're looking for packs. We don't care about primals, so we'll just type in booster and see what they're going for. Hopefully we can get them kind of cheap, but I imagine we'll probably have to pay $1.50 for them. Nope, that's not right. Alright, so yeah, it looks like the cheapest they're going for is $149. I'm not interested in bidding on any right now because that seems like a waste of time. So getting one for $1.50 isn't the end of the world. I think that's cheaper than we bought the initial boosters for our very first draft. Are you sure you want to buy it? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, buyout successful. Does it actually filter by time left? Yeah, but see, none of these with time left are very cheap. But there's no surprise there. Well, in this case, those are priced pretty high anyhow. 165 is quite a bit. So there's that. We got our mail for buying a booster. So now let's double check. The inventory stash now shows us having some boosters. We even have some chests and some gold from our very first draft win. We have some gold there. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And we could roll on our common chest. We're going to hold off. We also have a constructed queue entry ticket, which we got for free by logging in during one of the stress tests. If you're kind of pinching pennies and you need to get those extra freebies, you might as well, right? But let's go back over to the tournaments. We'll sit there for a little while, see if anything looks like it's going to happen. Here's a draft queue. This is the Swiss even, so we're in good shape there. We can jump right in. And right now it only has 3 people. But there's nobody in any of the other queues, so that's probably a good sign for us. I wouldn't mind playing in this sealed... Or wait, what is that? Oh, that's scheduled construction. The guy was doing the bad sign language that he was a lizard person. I think I saw some article about that. Yeah. What it must be like to be a lizard person or employ a horde of lizard people. Oh, now we're gonna get crushed. Oh, there they are, one more. I'm about to get wrecked here. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of do too. It would only be just after I destroyed Colin. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't say I destroyed Colin. Those were some incredibly close games against Colin on the budget account. We'll see. Playing that hex-rated Swiss draft OP. That's what all the pros play is Swiss. No talking to Clint. All right, here we go. We got a Operation Wreck Boss Toss. Even if we lose the other two games, if we get paired up against them and win, it's a victory in my book. Hey, all those budget challenge gifts. Okay, well, I Have Creation probably sells for more than 100 platinum, which is our kind of our threshold on the budget challenge. That if something sells for more than 100, we're gonna take it. And I is pretty good. I would imagine it probably sells for like 400 or 500 or something. With that said, what are the other good cards in the pack? There's a Burn of the Ground. I wouldn't first pick Sensei. There's a Burn of the Ground and there's a Mystic. Those are probably like the next best cards, I would say. But hey, I might even be decent. It's not amazing in draft. Granted, I think I've only drafted it once, and I never drew it the entire draft. And I think I've made it all the way to the finals in that draft too. So, just got wrecked too hard with that I Have Creation never drawing. But we'll take it, and we might be able to make it happen. We got an I Have Creation into like 8 Briar Legions and swing in for a bajillion damage. Oh. Where is in here in chat saying that there's only 2 eyes on the auction house and they are both going for quite a bit. So they're going for more than that zombie plague that we drafted in the first one is. So this is a good sign. There's a Pact of Life in there, which I'm not very excited about. If we were actually looking at cards here, like I doubt Pact is going for much at all, if anything. It's in Zubrin's OP deck, which is awesome. Maybe we could build that deck because maybe that one's affordable to build and we already have an extinction, right? But with I Have Creation, I think we want to be playing troops. We could get that Giganosaur I Have Creation jank going. But then you have to play... Oh no, they did change it, so it's not... that. Is Pact really going for over 100? Guer says so, but he's probably baiting me here. I don't know if I want to trust him. I don't know if we want to go with such rubbish. But what are our other options? It's like Giganosaur, maybe. I don't know. I think we're just gonna go. We're in Swiss. I just feel like doing big things. We're gonna go with the Giganosaur. But the Pact of Life has, yeah, okay. So he says it's over 100. Screw it, we'll get it. We're gonna get baited by Guer over there. We'll probably take the Shard of Fate. That seems decent. None of these cards go together, but they're rares. If at this point we've already paid for the draft and the rares, so that's good as far as the budget goes. Getting max value is something Melcog and I were talking about. That's important. So here we could take the Shard of Fate, which is decent. I think we're actually going to take the Mystic. Looking at it more, that one's the better card. And Sapphire Wild is pretty good. With the Eye of Creation, Guer's in here saying no Feral Ogre. I actually don't really like playing Feral Ogre very much. And with the Eye of Creation, that's going to be like a later game card, or it's more expensive at least. And I want to play Mystic. I like playing Sapphire Wild a lot, and this is pretty good in that deck. I'd take it over the Feral Ogre at least. Alright, and there's a Hellhound, which we'll probably take. We could either take the Hellhound, the Okenge, the Wild Aura, or the Heavy Welding Bot. Those are all probably picks there. But the Hellhound is Beast Mode, so we'll take that. So right now, I don't even know what we're playing. We might not even be playing Wild. Although you gotta play that Eye of Creation. Of course we're playing Wild. That pick 4 Hellhound, though, is pretty insane. Hellhound's not only is a beast, it is also beast mode. Words to live by, brought to you by Function. Alright. So, what do we got here? We got a whole lot of nothing. Take like jank like Bottle Vitae, and we could get those like welding bots to get it back after Eye of Creation. We could take a Phoenix Guard Trainer, which is pretty good in these color or in the Wild Sapphire plan. I want to play this Hellhound, but I just don't see any anything in here for us. We're probably just gonna take the Phoenix Guard Trainer. I've never really played with Eye of Creation all that much, so I don't know what happens when you flip an Eye of Creation into an Inspire dude and a bunch of other dudes. Like, do they arrive in order and get inspired? There's only one way to find out. Um, and this is really not the way to value draft, is where you go, oh, we're just gonna find out, but it's the way to have fun. All right, what do we got now? The best card in the pack is the Griffin, which we'd have to give up something if we were gonna play it. Shadow of Witch I actually like a lot too, but we're gonna take that infusion device, I suppose, because it we don't know what we're doing yet, and it might be playable for us, depending on what kind of horrible nonsense we end up doing here. Alright, so there's an Oakhenge ceremony. That's probably what we're going to take. Right now we don't have a whole lot of troops, which is what we want to flip into. There's also noble citizenry in here, which would be pretty nice to flip into off of a pact. Why not just go 5-color pact, or 5-color Eye of Creation, right? In which case, if we're going to go the 5-color Eye of Creation jank, we can't really play Honeycap. My better judgment tells me, though, we should just play the Oakhenge ceremony. So that's what we're going to go for. We need to be overloading on troops. Unfortunately, there's just no troops in here that we want. Yeah, Eye of Creation into Baby Yeti. That's what the pros play. Okay. What do we got now? See, so there's more Great Diamond stuff, and we are not taking it because we're baddies. So maybe we swap in a diamond, although at this point we've passed Griffin, Citizenry Griffin, and diamond's just going to dry up for us. We could take stuff like the Taskmaster, but we don't have any orcs yet. Granted, we could like flip into a Taskmaster and those 5-4 orcs and then really live the dream. We'd also take Crushing Blow, but like I was saying, I want to get more troops in here. So I guess we just take the Taskmaster. I'm not really excited about Secret Lab. And Taskmaster feels pretty terrible for us, but we're going to grab it just in case. Alright, there. Sensei is great. Sensei's what we want. We want to thin down the deck, and flipping into it isn't the end of the world, because at least you're still getting a card off of it. We want, like... What do we want? We want, like, Pyromancers, and then a whole bunch of Snipers of Gawain, and flip into, like, 5 of them, and just kill our opponent outright when they have 20 life. Be like, booyah! You didn't see that coming. Alright, speaking of didn't see that coming, this pack is trash. We take like Headless Executioner. It's not even an orc. It's an undead. How am I supposed to Furious Taskmaster it when we know it was clearly an orc prior to it losing its head? Alright. I don't know. I'm just being silly at this point. Alright, maybe we take the Ogre, maybe we take the Ronin. I like Ronin more, especially if we ended up playing Sapphire. You can give it speed, or you can give it flight, and it can swing in for damage. I don't know. They both seem fine. Yeah, we'll go with the Ronin. We'll take the Peak just in case. We do have an infusion device, so like once you get the shards you need for Eye, you can start fueling your Peak or something. Either way, it's not gonna... Sacrificial Toast is saying Eye of Creation into Baby Yeti is obviously the play, because Baby Yeti does something in the turn it comes in, and that's what bombs are supposed to do. If they have no impact the turn they come into play, then what... It clearly isn't a bomb. Okay. I don't know. We could take Soothing Breeze and gain all that packed of life. Oh, there's our Baby Yeti. We get to live that Sacrificial Toast Baby Yeti dream after all. Alright. Oh, there we go. Well, actually, I think this is tough. Which one do we want to go with? Do we want the Crazed Squirrel Titan flip or the Drew's Walker flip? We don't have any life gains. I kind of think Drew's Walker isn't really going to be the play for us. I mean, it's pretty beast, and we want to go ham on him. But I think if anything is going to happen, the nonsense that we're doing with Gray Squirrel Titan is probably better. Granted, Burn to the Ground also pretty good, and if we just go like all in on generating a ton of resources, then Burn to Ground's gonna be insane for us, right? But no, I think we're gonna go with this. I don't know. I think I want to go with the Squirrel. I like the Squirrel, but they're both good. If we wanted it all in on that speed plan, just play the one infusion device and hope to flip into like 5 scrap holders. Just be like, boom, I win. What do you know about that? But no, we need more troops. We want a lot of troops to work with. Oh, there you go. Dream time. I didn't even look at what else was in the pack. I just grabbed the Squirrel. Screw it. So we need like Pyromancers now, so that the Squirrel Titans just blow everything up. We got to go all in on that Pyromancer Squirrel Titan sniper deck. It could, it is Swiss. It could happen at least once in the draft, and then I'd be happy. I'd be even happier if it happened against Boss also. Alright, we can move this baby Eddie out of the way. It's annoying me. There's our Briar Legion. You never know. Like, the other night, I still snagged 4 Briar Legions despite not getting any in pack 1. I think we're probably going to do it. Yeah, I did just pass somebody Drew's Walker, but that's what we got Nature's Reigns in there for. We take Turbulence. Turbulence is actually really good. And we've passed all these citizenries. It hurts. But we're gonna gamble. Because I'm in a gambling, ridiculous mood right now. Alright, what do we got? Alright. What's up with all these citizenries? Really? What do we do? Like, citizenry, flipping... So you flip into, like, a citizenry and a Squirrel Titan, and the Squirrel Titan buffs the... Or the citizenry buffs the Squirrel Titan before the trigger goes off, and you get to hit something for 6/6. Yeah, we would have been doing alright if we had gone Diamond Wild. I think that would have been the better play. Not to say we still couldn't, because there's no Ruby in here. There's no Sapphire Forest, so... and we could still even splash the Hellhound if we really want. I don't know. We could take, like, the Stargazer, but I'm not thrilled about anything in here. And there's that. Also, even flipping into a Dragon Guard isn't bad. What I want to get are some Howling Braves. That would be pretty good. So we either take the Shell Safe or the Captain. I think we grab the Shell Safe because we already have a bunch of 6-drops. Looking at our cost sort, it's like a lot of 6 stuff. We're probably not playing the Sapphire at this point. And we're not playing this trash Furious Taskmaster either. Okay. So am I being ridiculous by taking this? I don't think so. We could take the Mortar Strike, but whatever. There's Elixir. Hey! We are going to make this dream come alive. Alright, I think I just have to do it at this point. We're just going to build a ridiculous deck. Alright, let's go back. How did the Hellhound get thrown out? We want to play that Hellhound. Oh, because whatever reason it shot that out. Okay. So right now we have... Yeah, we could do this. We're doing it. That 5-color triple wild threshold deck. Alright, there we go. Another citizenry. We should have grabbed them earlier, but we're definitely doing Wild Diamond at this point. And honestly, even Lixil, like, grabbing you a Wild Shard is totally fair. She's a 3/3 for 3, not bad, and she'll help you get into that Eye of Creation. If we play... yeah, putting things in bin is still glitchy. And if I do play this with, like, the Ruby Gem, it'll help me hit it there, too. So, we got this. It doesn't look like Briar Legions are happening today, but you can't win them all. You can only dream so much. Alright, now what kind of nonsense are we going to do here? We could still live that Blood Crazed Zealot Howling thing dream. No, but getting back on track, I don't really see anything in here I'm thrilled about. We could just take out the Eulogist, because playing against it kind of sucks. We could take Evolve, but honestly, that's probably a little too gimme. I don't know. We could also take the Emissary. I guess I just hate pick the Eulogist. I'm not thrilled about Infiltrator Bot in here either. So I think we're just going to hate pick the Eulogist. Alright, so we could live the dream with the Corpse Fly and just not play any Blood Shards at all and flip into it with Eye. Or we could just grab another Sure Shot, which seems safer considering it's got safe in its name. Or we could still go with that Sniper. We don't have any Pyromancers though, and Sure Shot seems better for us. I don't know what champion I'm playing. Maybe Palamedes? But it is what it is. We could even grab the Welding Bot if we grab some Sappers Charges, but I think that'll be easier to pick up. There's another Welding Bot. We'll probably grab him now. We could get Monkey the Ninetails, which is another decent-ish card to flip into. It could nuke their Drew's Walker, kind of. We could take Oracle Song, which isn't actually bad in this deck. Or take the Welding Bot. I think the Welding Bot is probably the one to grab, but I'm kind of surprised that the Monkey, the Oracle, and the Welding Bot are... Well, the Monkey and the Oracle are still in here. Then again, it is Swiss. There's our Turbulence, which we'll just snap pick, because Turbulence is pretty good. Nerd for Christ is saying I should have hate picked the Monkey. I'm not too worried about it. Now we could either grab the Conky Bunny as a hate pick or the Atrophy as a card we're probably not going to play, but we might against like Lionel-based decks, and who knows? You know, we'll grab it. I'm not concerned about the Conky Bunny anyways. We're just going to go way over the top here. We still really need those Howling Braves though. Alright, now we can grab a Conky Bunny. Man, think of that crazy wild diamond deck we could have had though. We already have passed 2 notable citizenries and 2 griffins, I think. We could have really had some shenanigans going. Unfortunately, it looks like the Briar Legion plan is not happening. And let's see what stuff accidentally glitched into the sideboard that we didn't mean to take out. Currently nothing. Hey! There's another card. What are we missing if we pick it? It sucks to pass the Harvester. That one definitely is actually pretty good against the junk that we're building. But this guy's also pretty good, and another reason to play Palamedes for us. So we'll take it. This is our second one on the budget account too. We got one of these in the draft we scrubbed out in. Like, despite this deck having good cards, I don't feel good about it. I like my curve to just be like, I don't know. I mean, I do have value dudes, and I like to have a lot of value dudes in my decks, so maybe it's not so bad. Fang of the Mountain, or Claw of the Mountain God. There we go. We can flip into that, right? There's our Sapper's Charge. That's probably what we're grabbing now. Flipping into Elite doesn't seem all that bad. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with the Sapper's Charge. So right now, I have a feeling that we're probably not playing Sapphire. Maybe. Yeah, Repel would be really nice here. This is only pack... Oh wait, what is this? This is pack... Yeah, this is pack 3. Getting some removal would be very clutch here. Granted, we have Squirrel Titans. We can surprise Eye of Creation into Squirrel Titans and get removal that way. I think this case we just take the Griffin. Seems pretty good for us, right? Alright. So right now we have 23 cards, so we have enough to build a deck. We just got to think of what we're taking out. And see what we're going to do. Okay, what are we cutting here? We got an Assault Technician. That one's kind of decent to flip into. We also have the Chimera Guard Outrider, which works well with the Citizenries and Palamedes, which is what we're planning to play. The pick might be Runic Monolith, though, because we do need removal. Either way, it does seem like we can cut the Sapphire. Phoenix Guard Trainer does seem good for the deck, but I feel like our guys are so big it doesn't really matter if they have flight. We might still leave the Phoenix Guard Trainer in, though. we'll see. See how greedy we want to be. But we definitely take out the peak. Alright, so with that said, we've got like a lot of troops here now. I think I can afford to take the monolith. It's not... It's kind of a shame to pass like some of these other guys that are pretty good, but we need to buy ourselves time until we can do something really big. And I think there's our second Briar Legion if we wanted to go in on it, but I think we got to take the Shard of Fate. Oh, there's a Lorgoyle. I think we got to take the Shard of Fate though. We're gonna make this multicolor dream work. Briar Legion is a trap because we only have one already, so, and it's not like we have a whole bunch of Call of Graves or anything. So we could take Shard of Fate or Infusion Device. In this case, since we have enough cards that we're pretty happy with, there are cards we can cut, but we're gonna take the Shard just because I like it a little bit more here. Yeah, we'll see how this. Oh, there we go. That ultra late pick repel. There's also like a righteous paladin jank in there, but so we have decent fixing right now. We got Lixil, Infusion Device, Shard of Fate. I put the Shards of Fate in the sideboard just since it's not a card, it's a shard. So just for helping keep track of stuff. I want to get rid of this Ronin. But we could even give like the Hellhound Swift Strike instead of double Ruby, depending on how we feel here. Alright, so cards that we got here, there's a lot of decent stuff. There's a Rigid Buffalo that has the Tyrannosaurus Hex picture. Then when we highlight it, it has the Mesmerize picture. Alright, so I think it's either Wind Whisper, which I don't really like all that much. It always feels kind of slow to me. The Pyromancer, which actually feels kind of decent, and I kind of want to grab the Pyromancer and probably cut the Ronin. It's Pyromancer or Wind Whisper probably. But I can't really make up my mind too well. Pyromancer feels pretty good though. We'll grab it. Oh. Did it switch in time? Yeah, I'll take the Wind Whisperer. Oh, there's our third Briar Legion. Or we can just take an Inner Conflict. Well, it would have been our third. Alright, so Inner Conflict's good. Those Swiss drafts, though. Those late pick repels and Inner Conflicts. Clearly there was nobody playing Diamond. I mean, pack 1, we passed a bunch, and nobody grabbed it. And then pack 2 coming back to us, it got passed. So nobody next to us was taking the stuff from pack 1. What do we... The Mutate that looks like an Inquisition. What do we not want to play against here? Well, I guess a Nature's Reigns might be handy, and actually we're not going to be main decking it. It might be handy. I don't really want to play against Scrap Welder, but I'm not really sweating it too hard. Oh, was I not getting... we'll grab the Captain just in case. We're probably not going to play it, though, just with what we have currently. Although I might. I really wanted some Howling Braves, though. But, you know, I guess I can't really complain too much. Well, I don't want to get milled. Fate Rack is actually, like, there were a couple Fate Racks in this draft, like... I think if you had 2 of them, you could mill your opponent out, at least somewhat. Hey, there's that Outrider we were thinking of taking over. What did we take it over? Or what did we take over it? I don't even remember. Maybe the Shard of Fate or something. There's that Briar Legion that nobody wanted. Nobody's playing Briar Legions, apparently. They're so good. Alright, now we gotta figure out what we're gonna build. We got some fun stuff going on here. I guess the bin doesn't even really matter at this point because there's probably stuff in there that shouldn't be in there and all that jazz. Okay. So I changed my mind at the last second on that Pyromancer and went with a Wind Whisper, and then promptly got like that Repel and the Inner Conflict. But alright. So let's figure out what colors we're not playing first, just so I can cross them off and ignore them. We're not playing Blood. Okay, and I don't think we're playing Sapphire with the exception of the Phoenix Card Trainer, right? We're not playing Peak or Mystic. But we'll try to still stick the Phoenix Card Trainer in there because I'm in a greedy mood like that. Alright, so here's all of our cards that we might be playing. I don't think we're playing Pact of Life in draft, even though we did draft all this jank. And it does buy us some time, but no, we're not doing that today. I'm glad we got that Chimera wheeled around. And I think, there's no like other ramp champion or anything like that, is there? Get that Phoenix, the Squirrel Titan. No, we're not playing set 2 yet. Set 2, that's when the Squirrel Titan becomes pretty real. Alright. Get Palamedes in there. He's gonna say what's up. So even if we don't win a single pack, we've at least gotten, I think we've probably paid for the draft in what we pulled, which is always, better lucky than good. That's my motto. Alright, so that's 23 cards. What are we leaving out right now that we might want to play? Let's do cost sort, in case it wasn't already sorted. And 17 shards? 18 might actually be the real play, because we have 4 6-drops, and that's pretty heavy on the curve. I really want to play that Hellhound. We're going to go like double Ruby Shard, single Sapphire, and then all in on like Diamond and Wild. We've got a decent amount of fixing. We've got 3 fixing cards. I do kind of feel like 18 shards might be better for us, in which case what would we cut? I don't feel bad about main decking Turbulence, but we could cut it. We do have a decent amount of removal with the Monolith, the Wind Whisper, Repel, and Inner Conflict. That's 4 pieces right there, plus the 2 Squirrel Titans, so taking out one of those 2 cards seems kind of reasonable. One of those cards that slows us down in a sense. And honestly, I like Captain of the Dragon Guard. Like, he has some beast mode plays, especially when you Captain the Dragon Guard back this guy. Oh, well. Well, you know what I was going in on the Cloud Knight. There it is. Still having some art glitches with this new patch. But Life Drain Flight Steadfast is pretty real with those Citizenries, Palamedes, and Captain, but we're not going to do Captain. I wouldn't have minded having like some sort of aura. I really don't even care what it would have been. Alright. But let's get serious here. What are we cutting? We got like the Welding Bot. Monolith is slower than Wind Whisper, but Wind Whisper is a troop and it's vulnerable. Granted, with that said, you can flip into it from Eye, so that probably is another nod in that case if you did draw Eye. And we do have this Okenge, but I like having that in there. So right now I'm leaning towards playing 18 shards and bringing in Runic, or taking out Runic. I very, very rarely play 18 shards. I think I've probably done it. I can probably count the number of times I've done it on one hand. But in this case, I kind of want to. Because it's one of those questions where, like, is the marginal value you're getting out of this being your 23rd card higher than playing just one more shard? I do kind of like the one more shard. It lets you keep hands so long as you have dudes in them. And if we're playing the 4 colors, I kind of feel like we might need to, just to squeeze out enough wild shards to play Eye if we draw it. We don't get caught with our pants down in that case. So going like that, I would have liked to have some Boulder Brutes too. Then I probably would have cut the Hellhound maybe. But okay, so that gives us 6 diamond, and that's the equivalent of having 12 wild. So maybe we can go 8 wild, because our only multiple wild threshold stuff is Squirrel Titan and I. I think by the time we get ready to cast either of those, we can have enough. So we'll go like this. I think that's like the most reasonable way to build it. And we're gonna put the unblockable gem in here. Just try to get in for all kinds of damage. Because we could put the Swift Strike one on it. I like this one a little bit more. It's going to be harder to pull off. I mean, it's going to be pretty difficult to pull off, and that's if we didn't play that gem, then we could just play single Ruby. But I think I'm just going to get greedy and go for it. Because honestly, even if it can't be unblockable, even if it's just a huge X4, I'm fine with that. It is what it is, and we can even buff it to be like a X5 or something so that it doesn't get double blocked or something. We got No Rager in here saying I should include a blood shard to make Lixil invincible. You have a good point. I mean, while we're dreaming, do we want to go all the way? I don't want to lose too bad in another budget challenge draft after I lost last Friday horribly. Granted, this is Swiss. Oh, we never included the Shard of Fate. Speaking of including stuff, we could even be like really greedy and just play single Ruby and try to get the first Ruby Shard off of something other than the Ruby Shard itself, which... So if we draw the Ruby Shard, it's a little bit awkward. Only a little bit, though. I was still saying I was fine with the Hellhound being like that. So how many shards do we have right now? We got, we have 19, so we got to cut one. Such greed. Alright, we'll try to make Lixil invincible. We don't, I mean, she's not going to be that scary. But, you know, invincible dudes are invincible, and how often do you get to do that in draft? And play triple threshold Eye of Creations. Alright, so we have 3 pieces of fixing. I think we can cut a diamond shard. And this blood shard is so useless, but we're just getting trapped. We're getting baited into playing it, and basically I think this is turning into, if we live any of the dreams, we're going to be happy. So this is just that dream draft. Yeah, we'll keep the Lixil alive and go with the Hyper Greed Hellhound, because really all we're doing there is taking out a Ruby Shard for the blood. We currently have, I would say, 9 diamond in here, but really it's actually only 8. Like if Lixil's your first one, you don't have it available. So that's kind of awkward. And we do have a lot of double diamond threshold. Yeah. Alright, so maybe we'll go like this. Yeah, because 7/7, so it's really 10 wilds. And if we get the Eye of Creation, we can just try to like draw into it. I don't know. I'm just being ridiculous at this point. Maybe we should have grabbed that like Devoted Emissary for extra play on the Squirrel Titan, the Lixil, the Shell Safe, the Welding Bot. I don't know. The Sensei. Screw it. This is what we're doing. We could bring in the Runic since we're stretched on the shards, but this is Swiss. You only live once. We got to pick our sleeves, but I don't think I even have sleeves yet on this account. So no, we don't need to pick sleeves. We're just going for it. Do it live. They'll play us out. What does that mean? All right, let's see if we can make something ridiculous happen here. Yeah. They choose to play. They're using the Battle Hopper champion. I didn't recognize that new art. Oh, only 1 shard. Oh, looks like we got a redraw. Oh well. Yeah, we gotta draw again, because there's no way we can keep this. Granted, we are on the draw, but I'm not gonna be that greedy tonight. There we go. This is definitely something we're keeping. Were you making faces? I didn't have my thing open.
Oh.
What's up?
Oh, but it was streaming though, right?
Yeah. No, I'm streaming.
Yeah.
All right, so we're definitely keeping this. We can make something happen here. We even got an infusion device for our wild or to play our trainer turn 4 if we need. We'll probably save the infusion device.
Stop.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Calyx doesn't like whatever you're doing to me. Okay, so let's see what we draw. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to turn 1 infusion device. I do want an infusion device for wild, but I'm not quite ready yet to do that. We could just hedge our bets now and go for the ruby. But we have three of our 5 colors. If we draw Lixil, she'll get our 4th. So, you know, we got lots of cool stuff we could draw. Alright, so our opponent is also playing at least 2 of the colors that we are. I never said hi to him. Didn't mean to be rude. Alright, there we go. What was I doing? I was going to do something over here real quick. Okay, let me fix this real quick. There we go. And bring that back. Okay, so there's our wild shard. That's a good sign. We'll drop that now. So turn 4, I still don't feel like I actually need to drop the infusion device. It sounds weird doing that because like I'm losing future resource draws and stuff, but screw it. So he's gonna end of turn turbulence us when we play the Cloud Knight. If he doesn't have repel, we are going to beast mode here. I mean, inner conflict would be bad as well, but repel means that we lose our chant power. Because we're just going to chant power and swing. You only live once. A 0-23! No! I haven't seen that yet. That was pretty funny. Alright, there we go. So we got our wild. We can drop the infusion device because, well, we still might need it for I, but we've got everything else right now. Alright, so it's dream time. There's no time like dream time. So now we want to block the witch, right? That's what we do? Something like that? Is that how it works? To be honest, I'm probably going to do infusion device for Sapphire and then play the trainer so we can have a beast mode shell safe. Okay, sure. You're going to buff your battle hopper though rather than your witch? Okay, I'm fine with that. Alright, so no, I'm not going to block. Not today. And I'll gain back all the life I lost. This is how we do. Alright, so there's our third wild, so we're even safer in doing what I wanted to do. In this case, we'll drop the wild, I guess, play this onto here and swing. So if we get interconflicted, that's going to be unfortunate, but at least we got our life back and did 4 damage. Alright, so now we Infusion Device, which now we even have the resources to draw a card off of Infusion Device. Okay, so we're going to grab that Sapphire Shard. Hopefully we don't draw it, because that would be, well, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it wouldn't be very dreamlike, would it? Oh, whatever my wife was trying to put onto my head, it wouldn't have shown anyways, because I don't think the camera was showing very well. Okay. If he swings, I will not block. Okay, we are not buying the bait. You got 5 resources, sir. You're gonna play like a steadfast aura on me, and I'm not having it. Or even worse yet, a wild aura. That'd be pretty nasty too. A spirit dance. Spirit dance is actually pretty good. Don't believe the lies. It gets there. When you're getting 3/3 senseis that draw you a card, that's pretty real. Oh, that's also pretty good. Alright, so we're going to play out the Blood Shard now, just for the maximum disrespect, and then we'll play the Shell Shot now as well. Give it flight. And we're going to swing in for 6 damage. We're going to swing in with the Trainer, because obviously we're not going to block with it, so why wouldn't we swing? We are going to probably block with the Turtle Pet. We'll think about it. I'll say that. We'll think about blocking with the Turtle Pet. I wouldn't mind trading it for him getting whatever trick he has out of his hand. I think he probably has some Wild Growths too, because there were a bunch of those going around. So we could try to get something out of his hand here. I'm really not sure how concerned I even am then at that point, because we can get 7 damage, 8 if we wanted to use the Turtle Pet. Granted, the Turtle Pet is usually pretty good when the the Sure Shot is on defensive, and I think it's going to probably be attacking every turn. So, yeah. And we got Inner Conflict for whatever, if he uses an Aura, which is what we want to get out. We want him to use an Aura here rather than like a Wild Growth. That would probably be most effective. Is he going to swing in for 6 damage? Oh, he's got a Feral Ogre. He's not swinging in. Is the Feral Ogre bigger? Or he's had it in his hand all along. That's unfortunate for him, because what would have been a 5/4 Feral Ogre? That's pretty beast mode. Alright, so maybe he's got like a Repel or something nasty for us now. Haha! Okay. So yeah, we'll just stick out the Shell Shot. I think we swing in, though. Yeah, we'll swing in with the team for 7 damage, because then that puts him dead on the table next turn. No, actually we'll only swing for that, I think. Yeah, because 1 damage doesn't matter at this point, unless he has Repel, which he doesn't. So we are, at least game 1, we're looking pretty good here. So we're hoping. Yeah, He got his rare off and couldn't draw a creature. That's rough. Yeah, he could have drawn a Squirrel Titan. Too bad we have two of them. All right. So as far as cards that we want to swap out, Atrophy, not very good against him. Nature's Reigns, as far as we know, not very good against him. He probably has Griffins, so I want to keep that Turbulence. We could do Monoliths though, and that kind of does the same thing as Turbulence. So Monolith is probably slightly better than Turbulence here. But I'm still not confident on that one, because we didn't see any flyers. And we do still have one more game to spare. Yeah, we're going to bring in Monolith, because Monolith also stops his, like, whatever he hits off of Spirit Dance. Yeah. I think that's a little bit less awkward for us. Yeah, we'll go like that. He's probably got like Survival of the Fittest as well, which makes Spear Cliff at least decent, because at least if he kills the Spear Cliff, which he has to, it gains me the life too. Chat got awfully quiet. What are you guys up to? Oh, we got a notification here. Keep wondering if I got disconnected or something. Alright, what are we gonna do now though? Okay, well this is a very different hand. It's not that crazy hype hand, but you know, turn 1 Sappers into either Repel or Sensei seems pretty fair. We'll keep it. Does he have a turn 1 Ronin? Alright, so at least we can just kill the Ronin with the Sappers. And that's totally fine. And then lead up with probably turn 3 Whisper into turn 4 Sensei. Probably what we're doing. Alright, so we got 4 shards. That's always good as far as our champion goes. Let's stick that Sappers charge out there. So I have a feeling, kind of what I would say here is that if we don't Sappers on our turn 2, we're probably not going to have an opportunity to do it again for a while. The only other option is to do Sensei +1 from Palamedes, use it to block the Ronin. We could do that too. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, we're really not taking all that much damage. We take 1, 3, 6. Granted, I think the extra 3 would be when we had Sensei out with the thing. Alright, so he's playing Scrivener. Not worried about that. And a Sappers charge. Okay. So the Sappers charge will hit our Wind Whisper. But at least, hopefully, it'll be in a way that he has to use it on his turn or something. We got a Runic Monolith, okay. So we play out another shard, and now we gotta make the decision whether we want to buff, or whether or not we want to dig deeper this turn or later. I think doing Sensei on turn 4 is probably better. Also, we have to shoot the Ronin now, because if he has a trick, we would be in trouble. I'd rather play safe. He was mad that he didn't draw a creature, but it was only 2 draws. Not like he really whiffed on it so hard. Yeah, because he only had 2 draws where he missed it. So, but it's okay. We all get salty one time or another, I suppose. Alright, so he's got 3 resources open. Yeah. See what he plays. I would like to find a way to bait or to save the Whisper. I don't think that's really going to be very possible, though. We probably just have to get the Whisper shot by the Sapper's Charge. Alright, so now we're going to go to Double Diamond. Thinking here real quick. Yeah, so we play the Whisper, and the only other option is that we play the Whisper and hopefully he taps out next turn and we can give it +1. I don't really know if I want to +1 the Whisper. I think I'm happy trading it for the tempo loss on his turn. And I feel like we still have plenty of outs here. What do we want to do? And that one takes 2 to use. Yeah, we'll just play the Sensei. Yeah, I don't know. Another thing for me to keep in mind is he only had 3 cards in hand. Okay. So we want him to tap out, hopefully, here. But if he's stuck on a shard, which looks like that's the case, he's not going to tap out. Okay, so in that case, I think I value the Shell Safe higher than the Wind Whisper, because the Shell Safe I can put an extra thing on, and then we get a Lixil. So in that case, we're going to go Lixil into Phoenix Guard. Yeah, Lixil for Sapphire. And we'll swing with the Sensei, because why not? I still really want him to tap out, though, because I want to be able to use my Palamedes with protection, kind of. So he's going to attack with the Scrivener and the Witch and try to Sappers onto my Lixil. I'm fine taking 3 damage. I'm not worried about it. Although he's winning the race as far as his health goes. But I'm not concerned about it. A Wild Growth. Just for damage, huh? Okay. So he's putting us down to 10 life, which is kind of scary. Granted, we have pretty good protection here. And a survival. Okay. So he's tapped out at least. That's good. I mean, we ate 2 cards out of his hand. We still took some damage, but it's all good. And he's tapped out, which is what we were hoping for. And he's probably holding the higher cost stuff at this point. Lixil was going to be pretty good, so it sucks that she's not going to be anymore. But so is this. So We have Phoenix Guard Trainer, which is probably just going to get blown up if we play it. So what's the best play? I think it's probably shell safe and then pump the shell safe to a 4-3. Because it would be nice if that one could fly, but I don't think we're worried about flight quite yet. We can play the flight on the following turn. Again, we could have pumped the Phoenix Guard Trainer up to take it out of Sapper's range, but I'd rather do this right now. Because I feel like I have good blocks here. We're probably just going to chump with the Sensei, though. I still want to play safe for another turn or two before I can get my removal out and have just a better board state than he does. Because we are at 10 life. Okay, so he's got his 4th shard now. Okay, so he's no attacks there, which is good for us, so we can prevent 3 damage. We can do some good stuff with the shell shot here. Okay. The Phoenix Guard Trainer is just gonna get blown up by Sapper's charge, but I think it's probably time that we just stop being scared and play it. Granted, the Wind Whisper, yeah, I'd probably rather have the Whisper. I think the shell safe is we're in good shape board state wise. That the Wind Whisper is going to protect us from whatever kind of bad stuff could happen. It doesn't protect us against Boulder Brutes, though. Alright, so we got in some damage. The other option is we do Runic and keep stuff back, but I think we're just going to play out the trainer. Yeah. It'll get shot, but it will. Where's a bravery when you need one? Yeah, he wants to. I mean, he could hold it till I played a troop, but he wants to use it now so that way, you know, next turn, if he draws a resource, he can play his Boulder Brute or his Spirit Dance or whatever he has in hand. Okay, Griffin's pretty good. Probably... We'll just play the shell shot, though. And then swing in with ours. See, the kind of funny thing is, like, we're playing Wild Diamond primarily after we switched into Diamond. It's like, where's his good Diamond stuff? So we'll just crack in with the turtle. We got a lot of damage coming through now, so we're in good shape there. And we still have stuff like Runic, same turn, tap. We have, if we draw a shard, we can do Wind Whisper plus Runic or Wind Whisper plus Repel. And then we're 2 shards away from Squirrel Titan, which is always nice. We're both stuck on 4 shards here, though. So he doesn't have like a wild aura, we don't think. He doesn't have any other combat tricks. Or else I think he'd probably just would have attacked with something there. Alright, so we got Oaken's Ceremony. I think now's the time probably to play our Wind Whisper, so we might as well get Oaken's out of our hand. Alright, so we'll crack in here. He's saying something about Flood, but actually at this point I've seen more cards than he has. I have 23 left in my deck, he has 27. And so, you know, I've seen fewer shards per count than he has. But shard screw is just an excuse for most people. I don't... it happens, but it's not like game breaking. Alright, so he's killing my Wind Whisperer, sure. Okay, we just attacked the 2 shell shots and we are good. Alright, what do we got going? Alright, so he hit his 5th shard. So he's holding like 2 citizenries or something based on him complaining about threshold. We can probably swing in with this turtle pet too. I have 5 now. 5 gets us, what, a Chimera Guard, probably, because that's going to be 4 damage a turn. Yeah, so we're going to swing first. Yeah, we could have swung with the turtle pet corresponding to this guy, and he could trade both. But it's just 1 damage. And Snake's tuning in. How's it going, Snake? It's going pretty well. We're playing a Swiss draft for this budget challenge here. We'll go ahead and use this turtle pet to protect the one dude. He's double blocking. Probably would have just, if he doesn't have a trick, I probably would have just thrown away the Scrivener. But he's got a blinding light, so we did have something at least to save him. I don't know why he blocked though. I don't know. Maybe some reason or other. If I had a counter magic, I guess. So nothing happens there. And we'll pop out the Chimera Guard Outrider because that's gonna be pretty real. But yeah, we're doing a Swiss draft as part of our budget challenge here, and this deck is pretty real. We're playing 5 colors with all kinds of jank. We got Eye of Creation and some other nonsense, and I don't know if it's good or not, but it's kind of fun to play. And like every other time I've managed to draft Eye of Creation, we probably won't draw it, but I'm also fine with that. And we're about to start hitting hard. What we want to draw is a shard next turn, and we're just going to wreck him so hard. If we draw a shard and do Cray Scroll Titan, he's going to be upset. But yeah, now we'll have gotten the Swiss draft out of the way for the budget challenge. We can go back to playing competitive to get the extra little bit of value. Alright, so we could get a wild here for... so the question here is, Lixil is already dead, so there's no reason to get the Blood Shard. Do we want to get the Ruby Shard for Hellhound or the Wild for Eye? I think I want the Wild for Eye. I think I'm going to win either way. Like, right now I'm winning either way. Who knows what he would have. If he played a Judgment, I would be in trouble. But I'd rather go ham with the Eye in this case. And now I'm just looking for what he has against me here. And I think I want to do Runic. I could have popped out my Griffin. I think I'm going to swing with both of the Turtle Pets and the Chimera. He could double block either this Turtle Pet or that one. No, I guess he can't kill that one. Or could he? 5 damage? Yeah, so he could kill one of these two guys if he wanted. But he would lose either his Griffin or his Witch. And I'm fine with that. Sure, I am going to blow up the Griffin next turn, but I want to get some pressure on there. In this case, he's throwing away his Griffin. Okay. Does he have like a Bravery? If he's going to throw away the Griffin, why not? Yeah, he should have double blocked one of them. It's all good though. Okay, so we got him at 9 life. Nothing else. Yeah. Yeah, playing when you're tired is a bad idea, as I've gone to show. It sounds like Clint is playing Chimes. Okay. And now it's game over for him. Because we're going to end a turn, exhaust the Witch, I guess. Play the Titan, kill the Griffin. We're in good shape here. It looks like we're winning round 1 in this draft. Alright, so back to the game. He's chatting and seeing how things are going. But how's it going with you, Snake? How often are you doing, assuming you're still in chat here, how often are you doing these tournaments for yours? Because, I mean, it looks like I'm probably going to be working most Saturdays coming up pretty soon. But you never know. I'd like to jump in on some of those tournaments because they're pretty cool. And he's got no cards in hand, so we're just in like a straight beast mode right now. Okay. So we got our Squirrel Titan out there. Gonna blow up his dude. And swing for a lot of damage. I guess we leave back one of the Turtle Pets. Alright, so we swing in like that. We'll leave back that Turtle Pet. We might as well get him with one more. Because how much damage? Can I actually kill him? So we can block the 4 and the 4, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I can't kill him. might as well just leave back both turtle pets, in case he had, like, I don't know, onslaught or something. I mean, he says he's got a lot of good stuff, but then he's also playing Scrivener, and honestly, like, I'm not a fan of Witch, but Scrivener I pretty much never play. Although I'm guessing he grabbed that Righteous Paladin and he was hoping to get some value there, but a lot of the time Righteous Paladin's a trap. Granted, I mean, Scrivener with this champion, sure, it's going to pump him and stuff. But Righteous Paladin can be pretty beast, though, in the right deck. Who were we playing against? Nico Sharp the other day, where he had his Ivory Pawn deck. Alright, so we got round one there. Doing okay. Hopefully our opponent has better luck in the future rounds. Cute pictures of cats are adorable and cute, and of cats. Alright, so what are the standings? Oh, it doesn't even show. But hopefully Boss Hoss won, and hopefully we can wreck him. The thing is, I actually don't have a whole lot of IF creations on my main account. I almost want to buy it off of this account, which maybe I'll list it at like the lowest price and then do that. That seems kind of fair, but that still seems a little bit suspicious / cheating for the budget challenge. I think I have to sell it to a real player, and I can just get another IF creation someday. Somebody's streaming their very first draft, it looks like, by Zuki Wookie. That's pretty exciting. Brave Frontier. What is this? Looks like Maple Story. It's a... Yeah, well, if it's from Singapore. No, we didn't get... Oh, I didn't do matches yet. We're still waiting for that one to complete. What's going on Reddit for Hex? Let's take a look. Nothing very exciting, it seems. Ossuary has his jank challenge going for his 5,000th post. I don't think I'm ever going to have 5,000 posts. I spend a lot of time on the forums, but I don't post nearly as much as these guys who are just spamming posts. Holy crap. Well, Guerre's just as guilty of that as anybody else, so I should hold my tongue. Take my hat off. So Boss Hoss won and Vogar won, so we might play against one of those two guys. We're hoping at some point we get to play against Boss Hoss. And like if we don't get it in the second round, if one of us loses and the other one wins, then we won't get to. So we're hoping right now. Or we could both win and meet in the finals. That's always fun too. If I won all the way, you would see a correlation between getting paired versus teammates and winning the entire draft. Yeah, so there's like bugs with people seeing the standings and stuff in different things. I don't think it updates the standing for me until somebody else has completed their match, and Boss Hoss just completed his, so mine is updated, but his isn't. That seems to be what the bug is in that case. People just trying to trade stuff here in chat there. I want to still get my what are they called, the VIP promos. I'm trading packs for them. How much are those living totems going for? I didn't even look there tonight. If anybody's in chat, let me know what they're going for on the auction house right now. I do want to get some, but holy smokes, I don't think that I can justify buying them right now. So Correctamundo dropped from the tournament. Why did he do that? It's a Swiss draft. He could have still gotten his packs. Maybe he had to go somewhere. Maybe he ran out of time. Or maybe there was a bug. They kicked him out. Although I haven't been running into a whole lot of bugs. I did run into the randomly lose the first game of your round bug. That one's kind of annoying. 490 SG Chan, thanks for looking that up. Yeah, that's still. I saw him going for $43 while we were doing the General's tent the other day, which is pretty cheap. But those got snatched up almost right away. Oh, so we are complete. Somebody, there are 5. How does that work? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 round 1 match wins. I'm slightly boggled. Oh, it's because one of these was round 2. I see. We are not playing against Boss Hoss, so he better win. He definitely better win the next round, or we're going to be upset. We're going to curse his name. Because must crush. Well, actually, in that case, I better win too. But if I lose, he better lose. The unfortunate part is, like, we're just not going to get a whole lot of packs. I'd rather get 5 packs than 3. But who wouldn't? Math. I mean, we've gotten 1, so I kind of subsidized it. And sure, we got our Eye of Creation, we got our Cloud Knight thing, we got that Pact of Life, which apparently can sell for 100 platinum or something. To throw that up on there. Oh, the greed. Oh, I should not keep this hand. The greed is real. Alright, so what do we... We're not going to be able to play anything in this hand. And, like... We could do, like, turn 5 Eye for 3, which isn't bad. I think I've got to throw it back. Yeah. The greed. Well, I'm on the draw. Fuck it, we're gonna keep it. I almost said YOLO there, but I'm not like that. I'm not basic. Alright, so we gotta we gotta draw pretty much some insane nonsense here. Alright, and so far it looks like we're getting taunted. At least we're not going to get turn 2 Inquisitioned, because how hard would that hurt? If we got Corpse Flied, we're probably going to throw away the Hellhound. Because if we play one of these, we can play all of them. Oh, that air superiority. So good. I love me some air superiority. Luckily, we have that main deck turbulence. Okay. Still. Okay, so now we're really... We're gonna get bitten for our greed keep. We need to draw a sensei or a shard, and the sensei needs to draw us a shard. Granted, we're not taking damage yet, but I'm sure we're going to be soon. Alright, so that's not bad. You know, that could be worse. It just prevents combat damage, so we can still like scroll tighten it or something. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. Come on. Sharp. Oh, there we go. Okay. I would have liked to see a diamond just so I get the Wind Whisper up. But even then, it's not like I have anything to use it on. So we just got to watch out for counter magic. But we're not ready to eye yet. I think when we're gonna start thinking about it is turn 6, or on once we have 6 shards. I mean, we are starting to take some damage here. Luckily, we can squirrel that scout away. If we get there, we need 3 more shards to get there. So once we get to 6 shards, we're probably gonna squirrel before we do I. But we are, as long as we draw shards, we can play I. At the very worst, we can use it as our last hurrah. And there's a turbulence, so that's not half bad either. But, oh, we're at 8 cards? Shoot. I just punted so hard. Fail, function. Alright, so we gotta throw away the Hellhound, I think. Yeah. Right? That was such an epic fail, though. I could have just used the turbulence now. I didn't realize I had 8 cards in hand. Well, that's not the first time I've done that. Okay, so we get hit there. We'll wait and see what he plays. Like, if he plays a Mystic, I'd rather zap that one. Or a Zombie Vulture, for that matter. But he's not playing anything. Well, now that I threw a card away, I don't really need to Turbulence this turn. Come on. Alright, and then of course we draw a Ruby Shard. Fail. Yeah, those punts though. Alright. Is what it is. Alright, but we are playing 18 shards, which is good for us in this case. We gotta see some of those real he's playing my kind of deck. I think I probably have to Turbulence, because I mean, what are we gonna draw here? Nothing? Alright, so we're gonna just go ahead and zap it. My guess is he has a counter magic. I don't know if he wants to use it, but just based on the way he played, yeah. Okay, so there it is. Fine with that. Like, sure, we're taking damage here, but it ain't so bad. So we want to draw 2 shards. Hopefully 2 diamond shards would be amazing. Come on, diamond shard. That's not a diamond shard or even anything we can play. Pretty soon we're just going to have to pull the trigger for 1 card. But luckily pretty soon is not yet. And it's not even really playing 5 colors that screwed us at all yet, because we've drawn, like, we would be playing this many wild shards. We would have 1 diamond, perhaps, but even then that's pretty negligible whether or not we think that's actually true. And we're really in trouble now. Alright, but we still got... We pretty much have to draw a squirrel, or we have to draw 2 more shards, hit this guy, because he's got us on an 8-turn clock right now. Actually even faster with that Phoenix Guard trainer out. We don't really have a whole lot of wild troops, really. Okay, so there's that. We could eye for 2, which isn't terrible. We could hit like Lixel, which would be pretty good. I think I just have to pull the trigger. Right? How much longer can I go without doing it? He's going to kill me very quickly. So we just have to do it. Now's our only chance. So cross your fingers for me. We want to hit a squirrel and a Lixel. That's what we need to hit here. What? Correct. Okay, and we drew a citizenry. Yeah, Kismet not smiling on me. Kismet could have had the hyper wrecked flip there, or could have had what we just got. We could have gotten like Griffin, something else, bonkers. We are so dead right now. There's no coming back, but we can still see what we draw. He didn't want to shrink my guy for the max disrespect. Come on, you gotta go for max disrespect. Yeah, I'm very, very, very dead. Okay. So we will go ahead and concede this one. And how's Boss doing? Well, he's won his first game. So let's see how we do. We're gonna fix this stuff. What's our wild? So we don't really have a whole lot in there that we want. Even like Atrophy is pretty mediocre. Mystic might be decent just for another blocker against him. Even though we're not playing Sapphire really, I think we can take out the Blood Dream and swap it for a Sapphire. The Nature's Reigns is pretty good. I mean, because air superiority is pretty nasty. Is Nature's Reigns killing his air superiority really all that good though? Because like losing a card for that card, I feel like he's coming ahead in there just on the tempo loss in my case. What would I cut? So I have to cut 2 cards, possibly. I feel like we'll take out the Mystic and just try to get another Diamond Shard in here with that. While we're taking out stuff, we could take out the Phoenix Guard Trainer, but it feels like I do need blockers in the flight area, so we got to cut one more card real fast. And I don't really know if I do need to. Yeah, I'm not going to play Nature's Reigns. I think if I was going to cut a card, it'd be the Chimera Guard or a Sure Safe, but I'm not confident in either of those. Okay, we're just going to like that. Alright, so we can either play first or draw first. I feel like with 18 shards, you know, I do like sometimes drawing first to be on the safe side, I would call it. But with 18 shards we can... Yeah, this isn't bad. This could be a lot worse. Alright, so he's saying he is keeping what might be a bad hand. Hopefully this works out the same way my bad hand did, but in reverse. Okay, so he's off to a decent start there. Charge ball with Zerad ain't bad. You know, it's definitely a thing. Our Hellhound, if we were to, we just don't want to draw the Ruby Shard itself. In the case of the Hellhound, we want to draw like the Lixil, or the Lixil would be probably ideal. All right, so there's Wild Shard number 2, and we shouldn't have played a Wild Shard this turn, but whatever. Okay, so we have plenty of shards. Doesn't really mean a whole lot, but you know, at least we were able to dig a little bit deeper. We're getting closer to the good stuff, right? Something like that, I think. Okay. Thunderbird. Okay, well that's gonna get Turbulence for sure. We'll have none of that. I should have kept the blood for the atrophies. If he doesn't have the whatchamacallit, then I'm getting all kinds of value off atrophying Thunderbirds for days. Alright, that's not a bad draw. We'll Oakhenge first. See what we can land into. Alright, so we got some good stuff. We got a lot of choices here. We get the trainer, which seems decent-ish. I want to get the Titan, though. The Titan's really where it's going to be at. And we have the shards to eventually get it out, so I think I gotta go with the Titan. Granted, we're not playing anything in the meantime, but I'm not too concerned about that. So what do we want to drop out? We're going to drop out like a diamond, I suppose. And, you know, we're going to smack him in the face with this right now. With the Turbulence as well. Because if he has counter magic, if he kept with that, I got to kill that Thunderbird. Alright, so he's taking one. We're going to shoot the Thunderbird and ship the turn. So the other choices there were like the trainer, which sure we could play it, but meh. Yeah, I like this guy. He said rude, which I'm all about that, like kind of like tongue-in-cheek stuff. Alright, there's that Acolyte. Beast mode time. Time for me to get wrecked by those 1/1s. That's a boss hoss kind of deck. I think the only time I've ever actually played... Well, no, I've played against him a bunch of times in draft. But definitely one of the times I won't forget is that he wrecked me hard with Windborn Acolytes and Counter Magics and pretty much nothing else. And I was pretty embarrassed by that. That was pretty real, though. Alright, well... yeah, we'll just roll out the Diamond Shard. Why not? We could go with the Sensei and start swinging in there. Not quite ready to. We'll hold it back, though. So he said he didn't mean to F8. That means he's got that superiority. Oh, but he's going to peek. Peek for something good. He's at 3, or, yeah. It says he has 4 cards, but it only shows 3. But that's because Peek's resolving, and there's like weird hand counting things. What is that called, anyways? When I'm sure there's a term for it when people reverse the first letter of the word, kind of like. I know there's people will do it to say swear words or whatever, but when people subconsciously do it, kind of like a Freudian slip kind of thing. I'm sure there's got to be a real official name for it, though. I don't know what it would be, though. Okay, so we have enough to cast everything in our deck. We really want to get... we don't want to draw the Ruby Shard, is what I was going to say. We'll throw that in the way, and just get the charge bot out of there, because we want to just buy some time. I think if we buy some time, we're in decent shape here. Do all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, I guess we might as well roll out the Sapphire, and we can Squirrel Titan next turn. I mean, even drawing the Ruby wouldn't be the end of the world, because then we have another 4/4 we can swing with, but with him having that flock and other stuff going on, I would like to be able to give it unblockable, especially with his colors. Also another good reason for us to trade against that charge bot. Granted, he probably has like murders or other nasty things to use against me, but in the meantime, we got what we got. Zombie Vulture. Unfortunately, I probably have to kill that with the Squirrel Titan, which means they trade, but I don't want to take 4 damage a turn here, because that would be ugly for me. But who knows, maybe we'll draw something to combat it. We could draw like a Griffin, which could trade for like a murder. I'd still get hit by the Vulture, but Griffin would be pretty good right now. So would another shard generator. Oh, we got 2 Squirrel Titans though. Alright, well, not excited about this, but I probably have to. Yeah, and I could hit the flock instead and then be able to swing on him, but that means I'm going to get hit for sure once with the Vulture, and I don't want to take 4 damage. So that really sucks that I had to do that, but I'm pretty sure I did. I don't think that I was going to... The likelihood that I was going to draw something to deal with the Vulture was pretty unlikely. I mean, it is in there. There are cards that could do it. But I'd rather gamble on what I know than what might happen kind of situation. Hopefully he doesn't like Call to Grave it. Also, hopefully he doesn't play like a Mazat Ranger, because Mazat Ranger would be pretty real right now. I guess Mazat Ranger is a better version of Vulture. And really, like, Vulture is kind of a mediocre card, so the fact that he was able to trade it with kind of a beast mode card of mine, pretty good for him. He also still has his charge power. I have mine, but that's fine. Okay, so he's got 6 shards. He could have like counter magic for my Squirrel Titan. Another shard. Okay, well, you know, we could get our Eye of Creation soon enough and flip into stuff other than Squirrel Titan. Is he going to counter magic me? Well, he's thinking about it. Nope. So he doesn't. I would think he probably doesn't have it. Kill that flock of seagulls. And we're not going to charge power my guy, even though sometimes you do want to charge power, like in this case, before the guy's active, because since I'm at 7 charges on the next turn, I could do it again, and then it would be a 6/6. But in this case, I only want to charge. Basically, if he uses Zarin on me, then I'll probably pump, just because that would make me think he doesn't have a murder. Granted, he might just be trying to bait my charge power in that case, but if I were him, I'd probably be Zerating here if he didn't have some kind of answer. What I hope he has here is like a Buccaneer, and then I can super wrecked, although Buccaneer is a May ability, so he wouldn't really have to bounce it. But I have seen stranger things happen. I mean, everybody does one time or another, right? All right, so we're not gonna pump, because we already have a pretty good clock. Oh, well, that's kind of a bummer. So, yeah, that's definitely a bummer in some sense. That was our only Ruby shard, and we drew it rather than getting one of the 3 fixers. And it looks like Snake's hosting us now, so thanks, Snake. Appreciate it. But we'll just start getting in for some damage. Like I said, we could have pumped, but we'll let him use the stuff on us first. To be honest, I actually should have pumped there now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Yeah, what I could have done is I could have used it on here, because right now he's more encouraged to kill the Hellhound. So if I can get him to kill the squirrel by giving him a little bit more incentive to, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing. But the Hellhound needs some sort of answer. Fortunately, that gem just not going to do anything for me. I could swap it over to a Swift Strike gem. I mean, we were talking about that during deck building and everything. So he's got 3 cards. And 7 shards. He could just be holding some shards. Who knows at this point. Noble Citizenry, though. We'll play that out. There's no reason not to. We'll play it out and use it onto the squirrel. Okay, so there's the counter magic. And to have it sooner or later. And we'll pump the squirrel. And we'll swing with both. This is a pretty decent amount of damage coming through here. So hypothetically, we've missed out on 3 damage from not pumping the squirrel last turn. And like I said, I think it probably was the right call to pump it last turn. But I probably wouldn't have pumped it a second time this turn, so in that case we only really missed out on 1 damage rather than 3. Or no, it would have been, sorry, 2, because I did pump this once, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm counting that right. I fail at math. Whoa. Mesmerize. This is nonsense. And if he shrinks, I'll still pump Buccaneer. What is this? So he did have the Buccaneer, like we were saying. I'm guessing he's going to decline to. He bounced it. What? Maybe that. Well, I guess it still buys him a turn. It buys him a swing, but so did chump blocking. Yeah. Granted, in this case, sure, I don't have like I have to use my shards to replay it. But oh well. Alright, so I can blow up my Hellhound. But it's only opposing troops. So no blowing up Hellhounds. We'll play out the Wind Whisper. And I could pump the Titan again, but I don't feel quite like that really is the value play. Because we still have the 2-turn clock, and then if he pumps, I can counter pump, or whatever you might want to call it. So he's got 2 cards left. We have 0. The jank deck getting real, you know, doing what we're doing. Slaughter Gear. Well, that's pretty nasty. But I mean, he doesn't have any robots, but we can still exhaust it with Wind Whisper. He's going to shoot my Wind Whisper, though, with his champion. And that means now we've got to pump our Squirrel Titan. We're going to just do that this turn. Because it means he has very few outs if we do it this turn. Yeah. Because that way, like, we could avoid pumping it and exhaust this turn and swing, but what we can do instead is swing this turn and exhaust on his next turn so he doesn't have a blocker. That seems a lot better. unless he has bravery, get wrecked. But I mean, obviously not because of the threshold, but I still like to always say, or heroic inspiration. You want to talk about get wrecked cards, that's what heroic inspiration is all about. Okay. So, I'll let him. What's he got? Stoneclaw Gargoyle, sure. So in this case, Slaughter Gear is better than Gargoyle, so we exhaust the Gargoyle. We could have pumped our Wind Whisper, which might not have been a bad play. He's thinking about it here. Okay, so he's going to kill the Whisper, which means we use it on the Gargoyle so that he has to block with the Slaughter Gear. That seems a little bit better while he's tapped out and everything. Alright, so Clint's 2-0. We really have to win this so that we can face off against Clint. I can't let him down after all this hype. And we're definitely bringing in Nature's Reigns from the sideboard. We've seen 2 cards, at least, that are warranted. And really the air superiority for the most part. Oh, that's not bad. Alright. So really, that's not that great. Like, Inner Conflict would have been better because it would have just been, oh, we win. Okay, so Slaughter Gear is Slaughter Dead. And we have our Repel now. If he, like, draws a troop and then attacks with the Stoneclaw, thinking that he's somewhat safe, we can repel the Stoneclaw, swing him with this. Because, like, okay, so superiority means that he has to sacrifice the Stoneclaw. He's building that deck like I was the other day with the double superiority. It's so good, though. Like, it's easy to get a whole bunch of flyers. Granted, he doesn't have, like, the overload on flyers that you really need. I think he did have a, whatchamacallit, that Inspire Flight guy. Okay. So we got that. We'll go with Shard of Fate. I think we boarded out the Blood Shard, so we can't go for the disrespect on that. We'll just grab a Wild while we can, and we will swing with the Squirrel Titan. A regular Shard would have been nice. It means we could have gotten another Champion Power, because there are cards that he could draw that, with those +2/+2 buff, still give him outs. But he's in top deck mode, and that's good for us. How much would it hurt to see like a flock of seagulls or something right now? Okay, so no top deck that time. Where was our like Runic Monolith when we need it? Alright, well, we're gonna see what we're gonna throw in here. Okay. So we like at least one Nature's Reigns, and I kinda like Runic Monolith a little bit too. We could take out the Phoenix Guard Trainer, which just takes out Sapphire entirely. That seems kind of fair. We're not going to be able to block all of his flight guys, though. So that like gives us another out against the flight stuff, especially since he's got like Thunderbirds or other nonsense, where they're a little bit weaker than Vultures. So I feel like I need to include that. So what did we add? We added Monolith and Nature's Reigns. We could take out Sensei, Okenge. I think taking out Okenge is kind of maybe along the right lines. Alright, we're going to take out Phoenix Guard Trainer. We're going to take out the Sapphire Shard, add in that, and then yeah, we're going to take out the Okenge Ceremony. I don't feel great about that, but I feel a little bit better. Yeah, we'll just have to give it a whirl. The Hellhound is a little bit more real that way. And the Monolith seems decent, and the Nature Rain seems decent. Okay. Oh, that Wild Shard as the 7th card was a nice surprise there. I did not want to have to throw this hand away, but I would have. And this is a great hand for us. We're still playing 18 shards, so we're still, you know, in a good shape to draw that 4th shard for us. If we win this round, we're playing against Clint. That's what we're hoping for. No turn 1 Acolyte there. Another question is, do we actually play the turn 1 Sappers? If it slows them down, I don't see why not. So we'll play out the turn 1 Sappers. And what I mean by like why we wouldn't is it discourages him from playing something until he's able to kind of like help it along. If that was a choice he wanted to do. The other thing though is if we didn't draw our 3rd shard, how much would that suck? We'd feel pretty dumb. Okay, so I'm fine with that Phoenix Guard Scout. We can Turbulence it if we really need, which we probably will if he plays a superiority. We'll probably zap it. Okay, so we're in good shape now. So that's 1 of 2. We want to see really any shard, doesn't matter what it is. Preferably not Shard of Fate, but I'll take whatever I can get, really. Alright, so he's got a peek. Maybe he's stuck on 2, or, you know, sometimes you still play regardless to make your opponent think you're stuck on 2. Right now, I'm probably not going to repel. Alright, so we got his card. So he's got his counter magic resources available, but I'll just get poked for the 1 damage here. Granted, there's a couple draws where it makes me not using Turbulence now a little bit awkward, but I'm not worried about 1 damage. I think that's pretty reasonable to say here. All right, Squirrel Titan's good. Granted, we still need more shards if we're going to get there, but it's fine. And if he actually is stuck on shards, which is a possibility, then he's trying to top deck into him. He might have drawn 1 this turn even, so we're still safe. Another thing to keep in mind. So what did he do there that I was going to talk about? Oh, it was peeking for 1. Some people might say peeking for 1 is bad. I'm totally fine with peeking for 1. Like, if you were not going to use your shards anyways that turn, why not? In this case, he must have hit the Sapphire Shard, or else he would have played it before he peeked, right? So he could have gotten an extra card. So that does give us a little bit of information the way that worked out. Okay, so we drew something. That's really good. We'll play out the shell safe. And we could pump right now. There's no reason to really. We're not avoiding anything too much. If he counter magics this, which he did, that sucks because this other shell safe costs 6 now. So that's pretty rough for us. But on the other hand, it's good that we got the counter magic out of his hand. But now we have a lot of 6-drops, and we're already, we've missed 1 resource, I think, so far. Zombie Plague. What is this? Okay, so it's a good thing we run in Nature's Reigns. Zombie Plague, not good for us. No bueno. Granted, we don't have a whole lot of tiny guys, so we're not so worried. Hitting our sensei would be a little bit unfortunate. Worse cards have been. We could be in a worse situation. But Nature's Reigns would be really good right now for us. Noble Citizenry is very awkward. We could play it. I don't really want to. I'm thinking about it though. Yeah, I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that quite yet, although we are on a somewhat of a time crunch with Plague out there. Alright, nothing. Great. Although we would have liked to see those cards. It shuffles, doesn't it? Oh, it's random cards. Okay. Why isn't it 3 top cards and leave them? Okay, Chaos Key. Meh? Not really too worried about a Chaos Key. Actually, Chaos Key is kind of good for us. I mean, sure, it can remove the Hellhound, which is a big threat against him, but it also takes a lot of resources. And it looks like he's stuck on 4. We've taken a lot of damage off of this this scout. I'm gonna zap it. This feels bad zapping that scout. But we still have Repel and Saber Charge, and Saber Charge actually hits a pretty good portion of his troops. We also have Squirrel Titan if we get that far. Another thing to recognize on Chaos Key is it's a basic action. If we drew Nature's Reigns, we could kill the Chaos Key instead, but Zombie Plague's it's much more of a threat. Alright, so there's Diamond. We got 5. We're looking for another shard next turn into probably Hellhound. Alright, so he hit a welding bot. It's good to keep in mind. A welding bot is only going to be a 3/4. Alright, Flock of Seagulls. We'll go ahead and shoot it. Granted, if I drew a shard here, that was a misplay on my part, because I could have Squirrel Titaned it away. But I can save the Squirrel Titan for something else. So, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Yeah, because it definitely was a misplay. If I didn't drew a shard, I'd be zapping it anyways. We'll do the shell safe here. Okay. And we'll just ship the turn. We're not going to pump now. Could bait out Chaos Key by pumping the main dude. So we hit Elixir and a welding bot so far. Elixir we wouldn't have minded drawing. That would have been pretty solid for us. She's not going to be invincible, but honestly he doesn't have a whole lot of removal that is of that type. It's Chaos Key, which Invincible doesn't help against. Mesmerize, which Invincible doesn't help against, from what we've seen. There's the Zombie Vulture, and that will get that'll get repelled, which is nice here because we're on 6 shards, so we can do repel plus citizenry. So if we do citizenry onto you know, he still has the chaos key, so I don't really want to citizenry onto the shell safe. We're actually gonna do it on the turtle pet and just swing with both. If I did it with a shell safe, he couldn't block, but I'm fine trading either of these. I'm not worried about that. So we'll go ahead and swing. But we're finally putting damage through, which is good. So we've got a decent clock going. We could even pump like the citizenry to just kind of get the damage even across the board. All right, so it looks like he's getting his first zombie, which we'll probably just kill with the Squirrel Titan. Gives us an excuse to play it. He hit some other good stuff in there, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. I mean, sooner or later he had to start hitting stuff. All right, so he's mesmerizing the turtle pet, which probably makes good sense, so I can't activate my power on there. You're gonna swing with the vulture, and that's good because we want to just use this while we can. He still has his chaos key. With him having zombie plague out, as bad as it feels to hit that zombie with the Cray Squirrel Titan, I feel like I probably need to, just because we need to start getting some real damage through. Alright, we're going to use that for a ruby. I think what we're going to do though is we're going to swing first with these two, see if he wants to block. He could block the shell safe and kill it. That's 3 damage. Yeah, I probably need to get the 5 in now while I can. So we'll get the probably get the 6 in actually. Yeah, we'll kill that. And we're gonna pump the citizenry and get in for 6. We could have pumped the shell safe, and then he couldn't block with the zombie to trade. But I like having 2 3s or 3 attack guys rather than a 2 and a 4. He's gonna still kill probably the Titan next turn with Chaos Key. We don't want him to get a zombie now. If he doesn't get a zombie now, we're in good shape. Okay, so no zombie. If he hits with the Chaos Key, we're actually in really strong shape. He pretty much has to deal with one of them because I have lethal on the table, so I feel good here. Okay. And no Chaos Key though, huh? So because of that, and no Buccaneer, if he had like Counter Magic or Time Ripple, both are bad. And there's our good old heavy welding bot. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to use the Sapper Charge. We need 8 resources total there, but that would have been a pretty beast mode play. We still have it open, but we're going to drop out that Runic Monolith now and exhaust the trainer and bash in for a whole bunch of damage. Alright, so it's looking like the budget challenge so far so good. We're coming back on this Hex budget challenge murder. Okay, so he did have something, but you know, that's not really the end of the world by any means. We thought he had something, or else he probably would have chaos keyed. Next turn, what we really want to draw is a resource so that we can heavy welding bot and then shoot him. Because I expect that he's going to chaos key our citizenry. So he didn't get a zombie, which really doesn't matter either way. The welding bot's going to kill him on the 2 damage there. A card we really don't want to see is Terrible Transfer from him, which could definitely be in there. And even Hellhound, not going to be all that great against his slaughter gear there. He should use his thing. Yeah, he did. Come on, Shard. Shard kills him this turn. Yeah, okay. Because he could chaos key the Salvage Charge, actually. Okay. So, looks like I get to play Clint after all. Alright, so we got it. Two men enter, one man leaves. This is the way it should be. No, in case you're listening, Clint, no punting for the budget challenge. If you even know that this is a budget challenge game, which I think you do because you joined the queue. Probably just because you wanted to Dream Crush on me, which I fully support. Either way, this is the way it should have ended. Kismet knew what was up. She said, "There shall be only one." Okay. So using his cool sleeves. Where's your cool sleeves, Clint? We'll play first. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, draw again. Keep hand, this seems good. This seems great. We will definitely drop the turn 1 infusion device for wild. You know, previously in other rounds we were not sure whether or not we wanted to play at turn 1. In this case we most definitely do. Because we actually have almost all of our other threshold. We don't have the ruby, but right now we have more of a need for the wild, and the deck has more of a need for the wild, so That's the clear choice. There's not much really to discuss there, but at least it gives me something to talk about, right? Okay. Okay, so there we have it. Starting off. Oh, so much wrecked. All right, we'll show him the sapphire for the disrespect there, and always got to go for the disrespect. Not not that it really is, but it's fun. In case he hasn't gotten to see what kind of nonsense we're running, he gets to now. We're gonna draw the card. Oh, that's not a bad draw. Although we're not gonna be able to play it quite yet, but still not a bad draw. Next turn we want to draw like a. I kind of feel like what we want to draw is a ruby shard. Well, no, not the ruby shard. We want to draw a shard of fate. No, we don't want to draw a shard of fate either, because then we can't turn 4 Griffin. All right, so we're gonna get like burned, which sucks. Okay, so that's not bad. We're gonna get hit with burn, but it is what it is, you know. And we can't even like hold it and wait, because then he could just zare it and burn. Well, we'll get the damage out there. Clint knows what he's doing. He's ready for the Cloud Knight. And if he's not, then it's just time to start recting. Come on, burn the sensei. What he's gonna do is he's gonna like Zared plus Sorrow me. That's the real kind of play. Sorry for any whistling, that's my radiator. Hopefully it's not loud. He's playing Destiny right now apparently. I'm gonna take my headphones off real quick. That was probably pretty loud. Okay, get that Cloud Knight out there, and F8. We can even draw a card next turn if we really wanted to. He's playing Extinction, so of course we want to. No, I don't know if he's playing Extinction. Burn? Okay, so no burn. Darkspire. Okay, so even if he's like holding back the murder to make sure I get my charge power, which would be pretty reasonable on his end, I still got to go for it, right? We ain't scared. He's got Rotcaster. That would be pretty nasty for me. Darkspire Enforcer though is pretty real. Like, card's good. It was crazy good in alpha. Like, I would have said in alpha it was actually one of the best cards in draft. And some of my teammates had words to say about me saying that. They disparaged me, but I said it for a specific reason. It was just because like in alpha there were so few cards out, and like the 3-drop slot there weren't a whole lot of 3-drops. Oh, hey, you know that's decent at least. We only have one wild, but you know you can't win all the time. Also, we could pump the sensei so we could swing in there, but that's what I got the Griffin for. Although I'm probably not going to block if he swings. He can take the 1 damage or the 3 damage on me, especially since I'm winning the life race. I could have even pumped the Griffin instead to dodge the murder, because in that case we have some kind of fun stuff going on with the Griffin versus the Enforcer. But yeah, if he shrinks the Griffin, I'll probably double block the Enforcer. He didn't want to though. Granted, shrinking the Griffin, so I think he's probably got like a Blood Aura or something, or a Ruby Aura, which would be even worse. I'm not going to block the Enforcer. Mazat Ranger, huh? Can only be blocked by blood troops. Well, seems pretty good. And he's going to shrink my life drain guy. Sure, that makes sense. Alright, so we want a wild shard here. Okay, instead we got a Squirrel Titan. If we Infusion Device and draw a shard, we can still Okenge Ceremony, so I'm not going to Okenge now. And I don't think there's a whole lot that I would really want off the Okenge. Okay, Wind Whisper. That's not bad. We'll just swing in with the team. Gain some life. Because I'm not going to block any of that anyways. And he's at 9, so just put a little bit of pressure on there. Wind Whisper is not going to be bad for us, though. It'll eventually start preventing damage. Next turn, since it has Summoning Sickness, or whatever you might call it, I can still Wind Whisper plus Okenge, which seems pretty reasonable. He's getting in for 7 damage. There's the Blood Aura. We knew he had to have something there. And that's pretty nasty. So we definitely got to get that Squirrel Titan going. Okay. So we'll probably leave the Sensei back for the Priestess. That's always kind of awkward. It's funny how similar those two cards are to each other. So in this case, that's going to be a 5. That'll maintain parity with the life drain. We can throw it away to the Enforcer. I think I got to drop the Citizenry now. There's no reason not to. And I think we're going to swing in with the team. No, we're going to leave the Sensei back. So, and we'll just trade. Because in this case, if he attacks with both, we'll probably just trade down both of my guys. Actually, we probably wouldn't. We probably wouldn't block anything, and we'd just swing in for lethal on the following turn. Okay. In this case, I can block the Darkspire Priestess. There's no reason for me to. When I can swing in for as much damage as I can right now. Another Priestess, though. Okay. And another Enforcer. Holy smokes. That's a lot of damage there. I'm glad I didn't take 3 random damage off of the Enforcer. And a Turbulence. That doesn't do me any good. Alright, so we're going to Okenge first. We'll take the Shell Shot, because that's pretty good. It's actually really good in this situation. And we'll drop out the Wind Whisper. Alright. And I think with him only having 1 card, I kind of only want to swing with the Cloud Knight. And just maintain my life total. I'm not too happy about that, but because I wouldn't mind getting in the extra 2 damage to start edging out his life gain. But I'm a little bit happier with this. Okay, so he's got 2 cards in hand. I'm probably going to block with the Cloud Knight this time if he does choose to swing. He's probably just going to swing with the Mazat Ranger, though. And nothing else. Okay. So he wants to gain some life. The question is, do we block here? What could he have that would kill my Cloud Knight? That, like, he could have a burn. We're going to just get in for the life on that one. I'm not too worried about it. Okay. A burn would be pretty bad, though. Okay. So is he going to get 2 cards? Is he going to do 6 damage? What does Kismet say? So he gets 1 card. And it looks like he's getting a 2nd card. Okay. So there's an Enforcer. He's got all kinds of Enforcers. The Enforcers are definitely enforcing. And he is exhausted. So I think I want to draw a Shard here so I can Shell Safe plus Whisper. That feels pretty good. Hey, there we go. So now we're in good shape. We're going to swing in with, I guess, all of that. He can do a lot of damage, though. 5. No, we're going to leave the Griffin back one more time. And the reason here is that we can do 5, and then next turn we can swing in for the lethal 7. So we'll go like that. We can still prevent his life drain, which is great for us. Shell Safe is going to be pretty real. So it looks like game 1 against Clint is probably in our favor right now, but he's still got a pretty big board. That is a lot of Enforcers. He's playing that Orc deck. He's probably got some Throat Cutters somewhere in there. And it looks like we're probably not playing Turbulence. If he has a Zombie Vulture somewhere in there, we'll just have to figure some other way to deal with it. And we do have other ways, so. Zoltog. What? WTF? Okay. Those hacks. Although, what's awkward is the Savage Raiders just get blocked all day by a Spearcliff Cloud Knight. Okay. So we have lethal next turn. He might have a murder. He has 1 card. He has resources for it. Okay, so we're gonna we're not gonna even offer the trade with the Cloud Knight or the Griffin. We'll throw this in the way though. We'll still take 9, and he'll get a bunch of Savage Raiders, but he dies next turn. We'll go for the max trade. What's this guy on? Right there. I think we'll just throw everything away. This way we don't get wrecked by like a Gore Feast or something, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, we have lethal next turn. I'm pretty confident in it. Okay. The one awkward thing is if he had a Shard in his hand and he just goes Shard Shrink me. But I would still actually have lethal with the Wind Whisper. Oh, no, I wouldn't, because the Savage Eater... Yeah, they can block. Okay, but he can see, so... Okie dokie. So we could consider bringing in Atrophy. We can consider bringing in Runic Monolith for that one guy. I kind of like the Atrophies a little bit here. We know he has Ruby, so I'm not so thrilled about the Hellhound that I feel like I really need to play it. And those Atrophies do feel pretty good against what he's running. We're going to take out the Turbulence like we were saying. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like there's anything else in here I really want. Captain of the Dragon Guard feels pretty good though. But we were saying take out the Turbulence. Probably take out the Phoenix Guard Trainer and the Sapphire. I don't really need that anymore. Although Lixil also seems really, really good against him. He pretty much has no way of killing her. Alright, so we're going to keep Lixil in. Are we? That's a trap, because it's not as good as it seems. We're just going to go like this. So what did I take out? I got 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. We'll go like that. And then we need the Monolith. There we go. I think that's the deck. I hope I didn't mess that up just now, but I was running out of time, so hopefully I did it right. Yeah, we've seen a lot of legendaries. Legendaries for days. Alright, we're going to keep this. This seems pretty good against him. We just want to slow him down. It's not stellar, but it's decent. So with this hand, what we really do not want to see is a Throat Cutter. Okay, so we'll start off with the Wild Shard. A Throat Cutter is bad for us. So long as he doesn't have a Throat Cutter, though, we're in pretty good shape. Another card we'd like to draw is a Sapphire's Charge. That'd be pretty good. Repel would be pretty good. I think I'd like Sapphire's Charge actually more, though. Trying to think of what other stuff could be happening here. Yeah, Sapphire's Charge would be really good with that heavy welding bot we've already got. So Priestess, no surprise there. We're going to roll out the Whisper on turn 3, and we'll probably just pump it so it forces out his own Shrink. Alright, that's a good draw for us. We got a Titan, drop out the Monolith, ship the turn. And we have 4 shards right now. We don't have enough to play the Griffin, and the Griffin's going to be really strong for us as well. So when we're talking about pumping stuff, pumping the Whisper means that we're not pumping the Griffin. Granted, his removal hitting the Griffin is pretty likely. Alright, so no Throat Cutter, which is good, but he's got a lot of damage coming through pretty quickly here. We want to draw a Diamond Shard, then we'll feel pretty safe. I also kind of want to get that Wind Whisper out sooner rather than later, because the sooner it's out, the sooner it's going to start preventing damage. Granted, I could Monolith now instead, but that's the value there isn't quite as high. So this game is looking scary for us because we're about to take 5 damage. I would even consider trading that Priestess for his if I didn't know that he had a ton of Priestesses as it is. I'm definitely not going to trade. Because that would be not bueno. Alright, so we still really need to draw a Diamond Shard here. If we don't, at least we're not taking damage on the following turn. There's that Mazet Ranger, though. That's pretty scary. So we are taking damage. Taking 2. Okay, so we got a Blood Shard. That's not the worst thing in the world. We'll be able to play our Squirrel Titan to kill something there. And we could... I think I want to buff the Whisper. Yeah, we're going to buff the Whisper. And block the Priestess. Oh no, I can't. Why did I do that? That was such a waste. I blunder. Yeah, because I can't exhaust him now. Yeah, that was definitely a punt because if I exhaust, he's not blocking. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. Okay, now I could just trade the Whisperer for the Enforcer now. We'll proceed to attack. Heroic Inspiration! GG, get wrecked. Alright, so we're going to be going down to 11 life. It's going to hurt. Okay. So we'll exhaust there. And we will just take the 2 damage. Yeah. Luckily, based on the shards we have, we can Griffin plus Whisper from now on. And we're probably going to do like Squirrel Titan killing the Enforcer rather than the Ranger, since we kind of have ways to deal with the Ranger. Drawing a Atrophy would be really nice. That's probably like our ideal top deck. And then off the Atrophy, drawing another shard. That would be pretty dream. So you're going to shrink and then burn? Oh, another Mazet Ranger. That is really rough. So Atrophy is really what we need here now. Okay, not an Atrophy. Still very, very good though. So then we Sapper's Charge. So we're taking 5 damage next turn. Okay, so we're taking 5. It's better than taking 9 though. This is looking pretty scary though. So we got a top deck a shard. But actually, top decking a shard is not as good as it looks. Yeah, actually, top decking a shard means we play heavy welding bot, not Cray Squirrel Titan. I was thinking Cray Squirrel Titan. Top decking shard, heavy welding bot, and the Savage Charge seems pretty decent. Probably have to throw away our Wind Whisper, but he's shrinking it, huh? Okay. Oakhenge Ceremony. Okay, well that's not very good for us. See what we can draw though. We only have 1 diamond currently. But I guess we gotta take the Cloud Knight because that's the most real thing. That Repel would have been nice, but we can't take that for obvious reasons. I think I have to make a bold play here. I might have to put it all on the line. Not quite sure though. Burn. Yep. Okay. So because I actually would have considered blocking the priestess there. Although that wasn't... No, there was no reason to do that, because I can always tap to do it. Okay. So we're exhausting this. I think that means I'm dead, because there's nothing that I can draw to come back here. Yeah. I'm pretty wrecked, I think. Ooh, nice play. Yeah, you got me good. Okay, so it was actually kind of good that I pumped that in mistake when I did. I would have died a lot sooner. That eulogist is actually better than it seems. Okay, so if we brought the eulogist in, what would we take out? The monolith? Yeah, the eulogist does seem better than the monolith. And we just basically throw away the eulogist on something. Granted, it takes blood shard, and we're only running a couple, so no, that doesn't seem as good. We're going to cut one blood shard and run one more diamond. Alright. So do we want to be on the play or on the draw? He's really aggressive. We've got a lot of answers. It's not as simple as it looks. I probably just want to be on the play, though. Hey, there. That's how we do it. Now we're talking. Okay, so this is great. This is a really strong hand for us. I think I might have said that last game. I can't remember. But this is a good start. We have something to throw away to hit a priestess. Granted, it might draw him another card. We want it to just do the 3 damage and not have the crazy amount of fuel that he does. You might even find an enforcer then, and then we're kind of in trouble. Getting the repel, obviously pretty strong against those rangers. But I'm liking this. And the runic monolith doesn't hurt. It's not great, but it does slow him down. And really all we are about here is buying time. Make sure that we play the diamond shards so that we can turn the Cloud Knight on as quickly as possible. Got another shard, so that's not bad. In this case, the one kind of rough part is burn is kind of nasty here. And he very well might have it. I kind of want to wait until turn 4 to play the Cloud Knight. And the reason there is just that way I can pump in immediately if he taps out. And that kind of seems like a reasonable play. In which case we're going to go ahead and we'll play a Blood Shard. And that way it's just less likely to show what we have. Play the Oakhenge, which we should have played before the shard, I guess. Okay, and then so Oakhenge gets us either a welding bot or an atrophy, or sorry, a welding bot or a Squirrel Titan. I like the Squirrel Titan a little bit more in this case, since we already have the repel. So we'll take the Squirrel Titan, and we have 5 shards, so we're in good shape on that note. And we'll play out the monolith and swing in for 1 damage. The monolith also encourages him to tap out, and tapping out is what we want him to do. If he, because here he needs to play. He probably plays like an enforcer this turn, and then I play the Cloud Knight and pump it, and then he shrinks it and burns it. It's kind of parity. He gets my best guy, but he's going to get it eventually anyways because it's pretty vulnerable. And if he doesn't have it, I'm in really good shape. but doing it this way, it's a little bit of a tempo loss for him, because turn 4 he's only going to have 3 resources available. Okay, so he doesn't have the play. That means turn 4 Mazet Ranger is probably going to happen. How much can we afford to keep going on that? I think we play the Cloud Knight and don't pump. So what we're wondering here is, like, does he have burn, right? And if he does, he kills my Cloud Knight. If he doesn't, me pumping it now is good, but not amazing. We really wanted to tap out. Alright, we'll just stick the Cloud Knight. Call it a day. And get wrecked by burn. Because I don't have any other way of pumping it, so it is what it is. Yeah. So it was going to die eventually. He didn't have a whole lot of other stuff in my deck to use burn on anyways. And at least this way I still have my charge power. Zarlox, huh? Well, that's pretty scary. We have multiple ways of killing Zarlox here. Runic Monolith deals with him decently. Repel deals with him even better, though. Okay, so 5. That actually deals with it too, but I don't want to accidentally... I don't want to basically have that get removed and then me walk into a trap, so we're going to Diamond Shard, and we're going to just pass the turn. What's nice is we have Chimera Guard plus Palamedes, which is really strong. It's actually one of Clint's favorite cards, if I'm not mistaken. So Zarlox is pretty good. I was drafting Zarlox the other day. I think I only got 1 spider off on him. Like, if Zarlox connects more than once, you're probably winning the game anyways, but it's definitely pretty hard to come back from that once you start getting some spiders, because even the spiders could block if you're in a racing situation. Alright, so we will kill your Zarlox. Question is, if he played a Mazet Ranger, would I Squirrel Titan it? Okay, well, he didn't have a Mazet Ranger. We'll probably Squirrel Titan that thing, though. Although I can Outrider plus Runic. And that seems pretty good. That means I'm smashing in for 6 damage next turn. Yeah, we're gonna Outrider plus Runic. There's always gonna be time to Squirrel Titan that Enforcer. Another play I could have made there is pumping the Sensei and using it to block, but if he has a Blood Aura, that's kind of nasty for me. If he has a Blood Aura, I'm happy trading the Squirrel Titan in there. But I don't really want to lose my Sensei. I mean, it's just a 1-1, but in this case, like, it's a pretty close game. There's no reason to just throw it away needlessly. And he's stuck on 4 shards. There's his 5th, so here comes Zoltog, perhaps. murder. Whew. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I pumped on my... Yeah, that was a waste of my pump, too. Might as well exhaust the guy, save myself from taking some damage. And I can hit through for 1 next turn. That murder was pretty good, though. Elixir, huh? We'll go ahead and Squirrel Titan, though. That's better than Lixil is. Granted, if we draw a Eye of Creation, it won't be true, but Squirrel Titan's pretty real right now. So might as well go for that. Alright, so he's at 18. I'm at I should have... You know what I should have been playing? Was that Captain of the Dragon Guard. Because if he kills my... Yeah, that was not smart on my end. I should have been playing that Captain of the Dragon Guard, because if he kills the Spear Cliff and I get it back, he probably just loses the game. Especially because if he burns it and it comes back as a 4/3, then it's out of... Like, the range is better than if he... like atrophied it or did this on it. Alright, so there's the Mazet Ranger. The one nice thing here is that we're ahead on the race, but if he has Blood Aura, we're in trouble. And with what he has in hand, like, the chances he has Blood Aura are not small by any means. So drawing a Sapper's Charge would be pretty good for us. Or another Squirrel Titan. I'd take that too. Alright, so we got a Diamond Shard, which means we will toss out Lixil. We sided out of the dream scenario, but we're going to get a wild. And now the question is, how do we want to deal with the Ranger? Going up to 5 swing for 6 seems like a pretty good plan. 6 followed by 9 is not quite enough for lethal, but that seems pretty good. Yeah, that's what we'll do. This way, if he has another burn, he can kill my Titan. Those 3 drops OP. So as strange as it sounds, we're actually not gonna hit the Mazet Ranger. Though if he has Blood Aura, we'll have wished we did. But right this second, I'm not planning on hitting that Mazet Ranger. Because I want to connect on the following turn with a lot of damage. Alright, so he murders the Squirrel Titan, sure. Now I'm probably exhausting it. And he hits the squirrel. Okay. That was pretty strong. Chain of events. Yeah, we're gonna go. I don't want to get Blood Ord here with the resource he has. That'd be pretty nasty for me. So the draw here is Sapper's Charge and or Atrophy or Heavy Welding Bot. Wild Shard, not the card we wanted. We probably should have held it back, actually. We'll crack in with the Lixil, though, because we can't block. So if he is going to gain life, he's going to gain it now. But at least he didn't get to gain it twice, kind of thing. The other awkward part about this is if he had Zoltog in hand... Yeah, okay, so there's the Blood Ore. If he had Zoltog in hand, then this Runic Monolith play that I did was a little bit worse. But he's about to get a big comeback. He's going to be up at 13 life. Not good for us. Rotcaster, that's pretty real as well. Okay. Looks like I'm in trouble. We were doing really well there. Still, though, Sapper's Charge or Heavy Welding Bot, both pretty good for me. I'd take an Inner Conflict as well. That'd be totally fine. We have a lot of good draws here. I'd also take an Eye of Creation. That'd be... Ooh. Okay. So we can at least Runic Monolith his guy. I guess that is the upside to me Runic Monolithing when I did, is I get another activation sooner, which is important to note. Alright. Alright, let's do it now. We don't want him gaining life. I really should have brought in that Captain of the Dragon Guard, though. And maybe taken out... I don't know what I would have taken out, but taken out something. How many merges has he played on me so far? 2? Yep. He's got a lot of good removal. Okay. Whew, that's rough. So he's got me killed next turn unless I really top deck something impressive. that doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't really count. Okay. Buys me a turn, but not much more than that. Got me good. So Clint wins yet again. No surprise there. Nothing new on his part. Actually, for what it's worth, I should have blocked the Enforcer rather than the Rotcaster if he had Call of the Grave. I mean, we knew he didn't, but it wasn't the better play. Yeah, Clint got me good. Okay, but I still got 2 packs. We still got an Eye of Creation, which we'll probably just toss straight on the auction house, because we're going to need some platinum. So we can... Oh, there's rounds still playing, but we can forfeit, I think, safely. We'll confirm that. And I can probably maybe call a night now. Okay, so what did we get rare-wise? Let's look at the auction house. We're going to do... that one actually sells decently. Another one I wanted to look at is Living Totem with no alternate art. Is at 200, which seems pretty fair. Let's see what the cheapest one is, because I'm actually thinking about buying that on this account for the constructed deck. The bummer is I can't play in the free constructed tournament this weekend, because that would be great for this account. But buying a Living Totem seems kind of viable. Especially if we sell the Eye of Creation, we'd have 4 totems and 2 Spirit Glyphs. We could play in the constructed tournament that we were talking about, and like we're starting to get a pretty decent deck on that end of the spectrum. I like the idea at least. But let's go look at Eye of Creation for 600. I kind of feel like we can get more than that. This one's going to run out soon. We're going to at least list it for $6.99, I think. Try to get... there's not many up there right now, so who knows. So we'll go ahead and... is it not letting me add it because... Oh, because the draft is still going.